How's it going, retro people? My name is Brad, this is Retro Style Spotlight, and this is your news, notes, history, and retro games to play for the week of June 7th, 2016. Last week's tutorial was all about the European powerhouse, the Commodore 64. If you need help getting this system up and running properly in your Launchbox install, then this tutorial is for you. I want to remind users that this system is still a bit archaic and confusing to operate, so there may be some things off about your install compared to mine and vice versa. In the future, I will probably no doubt make an update video to this tutorial. If you love Wonder Boy, the video game series on the Master System and the Genesis, then I have got some good news for you. Wonder Boy 3 is getting an HD or remake in the style of a European comic book. Lauded as one of the best Master System games, this game is looking beautiful, and it's wonderful to see such a loved game getting this sort of treatment. As well as the remake though, the same guys who are making the remake are also making a new game in the series with the original creator on board. Called Wonder Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, it should land on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One in the future. SNK has recently been on a porting spree as well. The first game on the list is Neo Turf Masters, which will be re-released on iOS and Android on June 30th for all your golf-loving action. The Last Blade 2, which is a fighting game also released by SNK in the 90s, has made its way to the Vita and PS4 for purchase. Last but certainly not least is Twinkle Star Sprites, which is a Neo Geo MVS shmup game that, like other Neo Geo MVS or AES games, has a steep price tag. Even its ports on other systems is climbing in price as well. These games are sought after and can command a high price if you're not careful. But if you want to play any of these three, then these digital services have you covered. And still more porting news, the slightly bigger story, depending on who you ask, and to me it is because I love JRPGs, is that Romancing Saga 2 has been re-released on iOS and Android, similar in fashion to the Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy series of games by Square Enix. The kicker here, though, is that it's finally translated for Western audiences. Way to go, Square Enix! While we've been enjoying fan translations in the emulation world for quite some time, it's always validating to have a company realize that people want to consume their games regardless of where it was released. The game also has additional content, but I am hoping that they re-release it on Steam as well, which is what they seem to be doing for any of these classic JRPGs that are making it to mobile. Our big story today is actually about going back to your old carts, rather than buying ports and remakes, ironically, though I love both equally. There exists the Retron 5 that primarily plays 5 different systems, and a few more with some adapters. However, there is seemingly a new king on the market. This aftermarket console called Retro Freak is coming out of Japan and has support for over 11 different consoles, aiming to play every non-disc based system. The Retro Freak currently and natively plays Famicom, Super Famicom, SNES, Genesis, Mega Drive, TurboGrafx 16, PC Engine Super Graphics, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advanced all in one package. Currently, there is no release date for the American or European markets, but please let this happen. The console portion is actually a small box that fits into a larger piece that houses the connections for all of the supported systems on this machine. It is similar to the Retron 5 in that it looks to be emulation based as well. You have video, scaling, and filter options with HDMI support, built-in cheat support, and has USB ports so that you can presumably plug in any USB based controller and play your games with it. Personally, I find that the PS4 controller is fantastic for emulation. The systems will even let you install the games from your media onto a micro SD card for easier playing in the future, preserving your retro game collection. No word on if it offers IPS patching support like the Retron 5 does, but this looks like it will be an amazing system. Even if this doesn't get announced over here, if there are translations for the UI and system menu, and even potentially a built-in language selector, then this could be a really great import. You can actually import this already at playasia.com. Links are in the description, as always. This month in 1986, Nintendo releases Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan, better known as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels in North America. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is a 1986 side-scrolling platformer game developed and published by Nintendo as the sequel to the 1985 Super Mario Bros. The games are similar in style and gameplay apart from a large increase in difficulty. Like the original, Mario and Luigi venture to rescue the princess from Bowser. Unlike the original, the game has no two-player option, and Luigi is differentiated from his twin plumber brother by having less ground friction and higher jump height. The Lost Levels also introduces setbacks like poison mushroom power-ups, counterproductive level warps, and mid-air wind gusts. The main game has 32 levels across 8 worlds, followed by 5 bonus worlds. The Lost Levels was first released in Japan for the Family Computer Disk System as Super Mario Bros. 2 on June 3rd, 1986, following the success of its predecessor. It was developed by Nintendo R&D 4, the team led by Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto. Nintendo America considered the game too difficult to sell in North America, and instead sold a retrofitted version of a Japanese game, Doki Doki Panic, as its Super Mario Bros. 2. The game was not released in North America until its inclusion on the 1993 SNES compilation, Super Mario All-Stars. It was later ported to the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, and Virtual Console for the Wii, Nintendo 3DS, and Wii U. So that was Retro Style Spotlight for the week of June 7th, 2016. All of the relevant links to everything you heard in this edition of RSS will be in the description below. Remember, you can sign up for a Launchbox forum account to talk with us over there. If Launchbox has given you a beautiful library of games, then why not purchase a premium license of Launchbox for $20 to access Big Box, which is a controller and couch-oriented version of Launchbox. We also have our Launchbox games database now available for users to contribute to. If you have a few favorite games that are lacking in metadata or media, head on over to the games page on the database and make your desired edits. Jason and I have a lot planned for our community, so if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, we're doing a tutorial video every Friday and more entertainment type shows like this in the future. Let us know what you think of RSS and any feedback you may have on it. My name is Brad, the links to my channel are in the description, and remember, freaks and geeks, to play more games, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.